Well, if you've been listening this far, you know 1. People are good. 2. Every conflict can be removed. 3. Every situation, no matter how complex it initially looks, is exceedingly simple. And today, 4. Every situation can be substantially improved. Even the sky is not the limit. So those first 3 are kind of foundational. They come first because those 3 represent the 3 most common things that stop us from thinking clearly. They stop us from looking at a situation we're in that requires improvement. And most of us perceive that when we have a problem. Our patient's not doing well. Our business isn't doing well. Our sales are down. Our census is down. Whatever it is you use to measure your business or your situation. That is what you perceive to be a problem. And what stops us from seeing the logical solution to just about any problem we have are those 3 things. First one is people are good. How does not believing that stop us? Well, we start blaming somebody else. It's those patients, it's those customers, it's the government, it's the competitor, it's everybody. It's just not me. That derogatory thinking that we all just reflex to, that there's something wrong with people, well, that stops us from thinking. That stops us from thinking clearly about our situation and how to improve it. The second one, every conflict can be removed. Believing that there are some things that can't be removed. The government has big laws, we can't change those laws. Or, well, there's this big guy in my industry, there's nothing I can do about that. Believing that a conflict can't be resolved will get us to just stop right in our tracks, and it's pointless to go on and find any solution because there isn't one. So that's why number 2 is important, to believe that any conflict can be removed. And 3, we look at our situations and they're terribly complex, and there's all these moving parts and all these different parties, and when we start to look at our solutions, or start to look at a potential solution, it starts to be really complex and it's hard work, and we're trying to write out a logic diagram, and can't we go to lunch? Well, these 3 things are derogatory thinking about people, are believing that conflicts can't be removed, sometimes even, and our belief that complex situations are really complex. These are the things that stop us from fixing our problems. Well, now what about number 4? Well, number 4 is telling us that even when we don't have any problems, we can still make things better. So let's say we stopped thinking derogatorily and we realized people were good, and so we looked at the situation logically and we fixed it. Good. Now is the time for lunch? Now do we take off? Now do we rest on our laurels, sit back and enjoy the ride? No. Because once you've changed the situation, you have another situation. And it has limitations and constraints. It too can be improved. Even if you've met your goal, every situation can be substantially improved. Even the sky is not the limit. It's what stops us. It's inertia. So number 4 is there to remind us not to stop just because we've had 100% improvement, just because our profit this year was the same as our gross last year, just because our census has quadrupled, just because whatever it is. Your stock price has gone up 6 times, whatever. No matter what it is, no matter how good the situation is improved, don't stop. The situation can improve some more. So specifically, I see this in addiction treatment all the time. Someone writes a great paper. We can improve outcomes by 12%. Terrific. Great. Now what? This thing goes so slow, so slow. People are dying because people in addiction treatment first don't realize patients are good. 2, every conflict can be removed, even the conflict between he doesn't want to stop using and I want him to stop using. 3, every situation, no matter how complex as that guy is, the situation is exceedingly simple. And then 4, I got better. Our goal was we were going to have 12% more completion than we did last year, and we did it, and we're great. Good. Why isn't it 24? Why can't 48? Why can't you have the same census but cut the length of stay? Why don't you cut the length of stay, turn over more people, and treat twice as many people? How come you haven't ended addiction as a problem in American life yet? Because we don't believe we can. That's what's really stopping us. We just don't believe we can. Okay, you might think, well, what's stopping us is people don't want to lose their livelihood. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to think derogatorily about people. Besides which, let me tell you what would happen if you ended addiction. Not only would you not lose your job in addiction treatment, you would have any job you wanted, anywhere, because anybody who builds a system so fast, so good, so inexpensive, that it can treat people with addiction faster than new cases can be created by nature. Anybody who can do that can fix just about any other problem. So even if you're an addiction treatment company and you manage to fix addiction so that it's no longer a problem in this country, you're not out of a job. You and everyone who works for you, everyone who understands the system deeply, everyone who knows the logic, everyone who knows why and how it works, could walk out and have any job they wanted. You won't be cutting off your livelihood by ending addiction as a problem in American life. So, we've looked at 4 big things that stop us. The first 3, common problems, and the 4th is inertia. Next time, we'll talk about how everybody can have a full life. Have a great day.